Greetings everyone, Master Grogan here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. So today we're talking about kind of our theme of the month this month is healthfulness and self-respect. We've broken that down into 4 different weeks, and overall it's how we improve our overall healthfulness, and I guess I should say having self-respect for ourselves will help improve our healthfulness. And the healthier we are, the more self-respect we have, the better we're going to be for everybody. So we kind of broke it down into 4 weeks. The first week, we talk about the mental side. The mental side is just kind of what you plant in your mental garden. You plant positive, you're going to get positive results. Okay? You plant negative, you're probably going to get negative, just like anything else. You plant strawberry seeds, you're going to get strawberries. You plant onion seeds, what are you going to get? Onions, right? So it's kind of getting that right frame of mind, that attitude of excellence. And that attitude of excellence is how you do anything is essentially how you do everything. And I got a little saying at the academy here I talk to the kids about, and it's when you do your best, you become your best. And if you don't, you won't. Pretty much as simple as that. Now, wish life would be that simple, and the reason, and in certain areas it is, but what's simple to do and what makes things simple, also on the other side, is what's very difficult to do, right? Simple to do is also simple not to do. So that's week 1. Week 2, the week we're in right now, we're talking about spiritual healthfulness. Now, it has nothing to do with religion. It's talking about your attitude, your spirit, your soul, who you are. And we broke that down into 2 parts, humility versus ego. Yeah, and what I mean by that is they're kind of arch enemies, right? Humility and ego. And when your ego is high, and I think of ego as edging greatness out, or religious side edging God out, saying, hey man, I got this thing, I don't need help from anybody. Or humility is saying, boy, I could use some help. I realize that it takes more than me in this universe to get things done. We're all in this thing working together, so let's collectively help one another, as opposed to, I know everything about everything. And of course, as we know, especially our martial arts friends out there, there's a lot of egos that run high in the martial arts industry. It is. So humility is our number 1 black belt principle. I put it there for a reason, as a reminder to myself, but also because I think you got to start with an open mind, realizing all I know, as Socrates says, all I know is I know nothing. And that's the only way to truly grow. So while we approach that with the kiddos is this. We let the kiddos know when mom and dad go to help you with something and you say, I already know that, I know that, or when an instructor tries to help you, that's all ego. That's not being humble. Humility is, hey, thank you very much. You appreciate the help. And you can learn something from everybody, good or bad. Good, you learn how to be maybe a better instructor or a better person. Bad, you learn what not to do, right? Yeah, so that's kind of the week we're in right now, is humility versus ego. Week 3, coming up next week, we talked about the emotional side, the emotional healthfulness. And what that's all about is, look, man, we've all got emotions. We do. Some days we're sad, some days we're glad, some days we want to cry, some days we want to celebrate. Yeah. Some days we want to jump on the screen here and pop somebody in the chops for being rude and disrespectful. I get it, man. Those are human emotions. We all have them. But the biggest thing we talk about with the emotional healthfulness and self-respect is the difference between responding and reacting. Reacting is like a gut-wrench reaction. You do something that you're not in a very good mood. Somebody does something that tick you off, and without thought, without hesitation, you make an irrational decision. Gut wrench, right? Knee-jerk reaction. Bang! You say or do something without thought of the consequences. And we're all guilty of it. I know I've been. Well, responding is actually taking a breath, thinking about it, relaxing the best you can. And when you're stressed or panicked or ticked off, it's tough. But those are the times when you really need to take that extra breath. And then you respond to the problem, whatever it may be. And when you respond, as opposed to reacting, the outcome's going to be a heck of a lot different. It's probably going to be better in your favor. So that's the difference between responding and reacting. Then we move on to week 4. Week 4 is all about the physical, your nutrition and your fitness level. What you eat and what you do to exercise. And those are things all about good habits. Now, Tom Ziegler, which is actually a personal friend nowadays, which is fantastic. I mean, listen to Zig Ziglar all these years, and now I'm good friends with Tom. It's like a blessing. But you are who you surround yourself with. And I'm telling you, the crowd you're with, they're either pushing you to greatness or they're holding you back. And the crowd I've been surrounding myself with, that's how I was able to become friends with Tom Ziegler. So anyway, back to habits. I kind of got off track there. Here's what Tom says about habits. The quickest and easiest way to success in whatever goal you have, maybe it's to lose some weight, get in better shape, Maybe it's to start a business. Maybe if you own a business, your business does better than last year, whatever, is turning bad habits into good habits. Pretty simple. But of course, what's simple to do is also simple not to do. Well, with health and nutrition, turn bad habits into good habits. If you used to eat popcorn right before you go to bed, that once in a while is okay, but if you do it every night, that's kind of a bad habit, right? Yeah. Well, if you're used to sleeping in all day and not getting up and exercising, that's kind of a bad habit. Do your best to change that habit, and start off small little stair steps. And here's something to remember. A whole lot of something, I'm sorry, I almost goofed it up. A little bit of something is better than a whole lot of nothing. Yeah, and what happens when you add all those little bit of somethings up? Those little bit of somethings turn into a whole lot of something, right? But same's true on the other side. Bad habits, they compound on top of themselves. Well, same thing with good habits. So your nutrition, your healthfulness, your fitness, that's the last week we're talking about the physical. It kind of all works together. The mental, the spiritual, the emotional, and then the physical. All those things can be habit forming. Small little steps. What you put in is what you get out. Being humble, you're going to learn a heck of a lot more. Emotional, respond as opposed to reacting. And then the physical, turn those bad habits into good habits. Watch your nutrition and develop some type of exercise program, whatever that may be. Of course, martial arts, I'm going to pump that. It's good for all those things, right? It helps you become your best, helps you believe in yourself. You get the physical outlet, which is fantastic. You get the stress relief. You're in here hitting stuff. You're working out. You're doing something for you. So you get that cortisol release. Man, that's fantastic. And then what happens? You get all that cortisol, that's that stress hormone flushed out of your body. Then the endorphins get in there. That's feel-good chemicals, right? Yeah, make you feel good. Serotonin, oxytocin, dopamine, all those feel-good chemicals start flooding through your body. That's when after you work out, especially the days you don't feel like doing it, when you leave, you're like, man, that's good. But the trick is you got to remember how good that feels, because the next time it's going to be just as much of a battle. All right, so kind of went over time a little bit there, but I want to talk about those four. That's what we're talking about this month at the Academy this month, and I see some friends popping up there. Thank you so very much. I can't see a thing, so I'll reply to those later. So friends popping up, thank you so much. That means the world to me that you take time to be with me here. The healthfulness and self-respect, pretty much taking care of yourself so you can be at your best in order to help others become their very, very best. All right, folks, if you got value out of this message, share it with somebody else that you know could benefit. Leave your comments and feedback below. I love it. Of course, check out the Kickin'Life podcast. We just recorded episode number 170. Yes! And then episode 171 will actually air on Friday. So it's Kickin'Life, Kickinlife, and its podcast is available worldwide on Google, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Podbean, all the podcast apps. And of course, follow me on social media. You got this, Kickin' Life with Master Grogan, Live Your Best Kickin' Life, Bullyproof Our Kids with Master Grogan, all those platforms. And on Instagram, it's also Kickin' Life. All right, I'm done here. Thank you so very much for your time. I love you. I do. God loves you. Please share that love with the world. And until we talk again, you get out there and do your best, and I promise you'll be your very best. God bless you. God bless your loved ones. Can't wait to chat with you again real soon. Have a blessed day, everybody. Bye-bye.